My guest, Eugene Victor, has been on the show once before. He has a smoked fish business, quite a successful business from everything I heard. And now he has another new business. Time to find out what it is. Welcome to Small Talk.
Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi, everyone. I want to welcome everybody back, and any new viewers, welcome to the show. Speaking of welcoming back is Eugene Victor. Hi, Eugene.
Morning.
So now you're going to be cooking because we got to do a little bit of talking here. So you took some a cooking course, right?
Yeah, culinary arts.
Culinary arts. Yeah. How long did that take?
I think it was about 3 months.
Oh, okay. So now you're going to be demonstrating some of the things that you're going to cook because you're going to be catering, right?
Yeah, I want to start doing catering. I really enjoy cooking, and I post pictures on Facebook of my cooking, and everybody really likes it.
Right.
So I thought, well, may as well try to make something out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Now I think you've already done some catering, correct?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I did a Christmas dinner for a family, and I did a funeral for another family. I tried doing a football thing, but the guy that ordered it at the last minute, and he had no way of coming to pick it up.
Oh, so I guess he was expecting you to deliver?
I could have delivered it with more notice, and he literally phoned right at the very last minute.
By the way, we're getting a lot of background, almost like static from your microphone.
Oh, that's because I'm using my Wi-Fi with my hearing aids.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So anyway, you're going to give us a demonstration of something that you cook?
I'm making fish patties. I'm doing it right now as we're speaking.
Okay. So what kind of fish are you using?
Spring salmon.
I knew you were going to say salmon.
Yeah. Well, I started smoking fish this morning, and I love fish. So whenever I start cleaning fish for smoking, I go, oh, that one looks really good. I'm going to have to cook it and eat it. So I grabbed a piece of spring salmon, and I was busy this morning getting this ready because it's like on TV where it takes too long to do it on the show.
Yeah.
So I was getting this ready for a while.
So what do you have in it?
Celery, parsley, salt, pepper, green onions, mashed potatoes. Gonna dip it in some breadcrumbs, gonna pan fry it, and then finish it in the oven.
Wow. Okay, that's quite a process.
Yeah, it actually is. I was surprised that a lot of things that we cook are actually cooked in a frying pan and in the oven.
Right. Yeah.
I always thought it was cheating, but it's actually pretty common.
Right. Okay. So I guess it's just sort of you started on top of the stove, right?
Yeah, you want to get a golden brown color from the stove.
Okay.
And then the oven, you're finishing cooking it.
So while you were taking your culinary cooking course, were there any foods that you didn't like prior to taking the course?
Actually, there was quite a few because I'm real fussy, but some of the stuff that we cooked with, I actually started to like, which I think is odd and weird because I would have said, no, not me. I'm pretty stubborn, but.
Can you give us an example of something that you wouldn't have eaten before?
Well, a lot of cooking, if you watch cooking shows, they use olive oil.
Right.
And I've never liked olives.
Right.
So I would never even try olive oil. But he makes us use all these ingredients, and it was actually a really, really good cooking course because they all use really, really high-end foods. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, okay, if they make us use cooking oil, I guess I'll use cooking oil or that olive oil.
Yeah.
It turns out it gives it a really good taste.
Right.
It doesn't taste like actually eating olives or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. I actually like it a lot more than regular oil.
It
Regular
has-
oil makes everything taste just greasy,
Yeah,
but olive oil, it gives it a nicer taste.
for sure. So where was this culinary school?
Chilliwack.
Yeah, I know Chilliwack, but where in Chilliwack?
I'm not sure. I just know how to get there. I'm not good with directions or whatever.
Okay, well, what was that? Was it at the
I'm old fashioned. I use landmarks.
was it at the university?
Yeah, it was a university course.
There you go. That helps a lot.
Well, I learned that university is actually a higher level than college, and I never knew that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I was glad to be taking a good course.
Yeah. So tell me some of the things that you would normally cook, whether it's for yourself or for family or whatever.
Well, I do a lot of homemade cooking or home style cooking.
Hmm.
And then the course, they were like a higher level and they were more restaurant style.
Right.
So now I do a bit of both, or I do a little bit more on the restaurant style than I do my own home style cooking.
Right. So if somebody was ordering from you, like they want a meal catered, do you go over them what the courses would include?
Yeah, because the price could vary on what you ordered. Like if you have something real plain and simple, it won't cost a lot.
Mhm.
Like I did a Christmas dinner and they wanted all the trimmings and everything. So that kind of costed quite a bit because turkeys were really hard to get at Christmas time.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed doing it. But it was like the first time I ever cooked where I wasn't allowed to eat it.
So do you make soups as well?
Yeah, soups is one of my favorites to make.
What
I'm making fish patties right now. They're more like for lunch or brunch or whatever.
Mhm.
And I still got some pieces of fish left, and I was either gonna fry them up or I was gonna make soup with them. I haven't decided yet.
Right.
That's kind of the problem with learning how to cook is you change your mind so many times while you're cooking because you think of something else while you're making it, or you start wishing for something else.
So somebody wants to, let's just say somebody wants to call you or contact you to have something catered. You have I know you're on Facebook, right?
Yeah,
And so they can call your phone or email you.
yeah,
Okay, I'll make
yeah. I
sure.
prefer phone calls because I don't like texting.
Okay. So
It
phone,
kind of hinders my smoked salmon business because everybody just wants to text all the time.
yeah,
And they go, well, a lot of the explaining is too many words or it takes too long.
right.
So I'd rather just talk on the phone. It's a lot faster and easier to make your point or understand each other.
Yeah, but you can use, isn't there a microphone on when you're messaging or texting? You have the option of speaking it rather than typing it, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm not good at that. And I still don't like the texting and reading.
Yeah.
Usually they'll ask me a question, and by the time I answer it, they ask me 3 more questions.
Yeah.
And then they read my answer and it doesn't make sense. And they go, well, read your questions. I'm answering your first one. But like literally on the phone, I can tell people whatever they want to know in like 4 or 5 minutes on the phone. But
Okay.
texting back and forth would take like an hour because they got some of them have a lot of questions, which is okay. But
Yeah. So do you hear that, everybody? He prefers a phone call. It's so much easier for him to explain what the process or what he's going to do or what he wants to hear from you. So phone call, phone call, phone call. There you go. Now, normally, if you're making your fish cakes, what else would you be serving with it?
well, fish cakes are good for breakfast. So you can make hash browns, or the fish already has potatoes in it. So you could even just make eggs and toast.
Yeah.
I like making over easy eggs with them with the yolk soft
Yes.
with
Yeah.
these.
That's
Some dishes I like making scrambled eggs or omelets or whatever, but some I like making over easy. So it all depends on what I'm making or cooking. So
right.
that's why a cook changes so much when I'm making something.
Do
I
you,
get different ideas. That's just my oven's ready.
okay. Do you do
See,
dessert?
these got to be lightly fried and then finished in the oven. So
Oh, yeah. Do you do desserts as well?
yeah, I'm not really good at it because the cooking course is mostly cooking,
Mhm.
and it only had a small thing with baking.
Right.
See, with cooking, you don't need to be really exact on your measurements.
Okay.
You know, if you like more pepper, if you like more sugar in it, you can just add more. But with baking, it has to be the exact amount.
Yeah.
And I don't like having to measure everything to the exact amount. It takes too long. And
Yeah.
but I like cooking because you just, you know, if I like something hotter or spicier, I can add more or less. And
No, I know there's a big difference between people who cook because they have to and people who like to cook. Because people who cook because they have to, they look in the fridge and they think, oh gosh, there's nothing to eat. Whereas people who love to cook look in that same fridge and think, oh, I see this and this and this and this will all go together. I bet you're that kind of person, right?
yeah, I love cooking, and leftovers is really good because you can make something different with your leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just trying something new myself today. Somebody gave me some puff pastry and it didn't puff up like it was supposed to, but still tasted good. So
That's a hard one. We did puff pastries in class,
yeah.
and you have to keep folding it and folding it and folding it and putting it in the fridge and folding it and
Yeah.
rolling it out and folding it. It was a real lot of work. I didn't realize that puff pastries were that much work.
Yeah. Fortunately, somebody that gave it to me was already done, but for whatever reason, it didn't puff up in the oven. I'm not sure why.
Well, they probably didn't roll it and fold it enough before they gave it to you.
Well, it came in a like a package, a regular, like you would buy.
Oh, yeah.
So you would think.
Well, I don't buy anything instant. I don't buy packages or mixes or anything. I like making everything homemade.
Right.
I think there's a big difference in homemade stuff.
For sure.
I
Absolutely.
like making my own barbecue sauce, and I make my own homemade, just about everything I like making homemade. I don't like buying packaged anything or instant anything.
Yeah, for sure. Now you already have a successful dried fish business, right?
Yeah, I've been doing smoked fish for over 40 years now.
I said dried, but I meant smoked. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. Over on the island, they call it dried fish too. So
Okay. Oh, there you go.
yeah, I call it smoked salmon sales, and the S on the sales, I use a dollar sign.
That's cute. That's clever.
I thought so.
So, how long is the fish going to be in the oven?
About 10 minutes. So it might not be ready by the time we're done unless
No.
we find lots to talk about. That's why I was trying to do as much of it before.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize until I was almost done making getting all the ingredients ready that it still had to go in the oven for 10 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I can't think of how to drag that out. So we're not boring people.
I could talk slower.
So, well, just do you have any culinary tips for anybody? This little.
I think the only thing that makes a difference is you really have to enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Why do it if you hate it, right?
Well, sometimes when you're cooking, you look away for a minute and something burns, or you forget something's in the oven and it dries out, or you got too many things going at once, and you can't let it frustrate you. So you just have to really love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always work out. It doesn't always taste the way it should. I've cooked stuff where I left out one of the main ingredients, and boy, it sure tastes funny after.
Yeah.
Just like I do a lot of experimenting now that I took cooking school.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff I don't know if it's going to taste good, and then I eat it and I go, "Wow, was that ever good?" And I go, "I don't know what I put in it though. I forgot."
Yeah, I did experiment with this puff pastry. Like I'm not a great cook, I can cook, but I have to be in the mood. So I used some orange marmalade and some walnuts, and I rolled that up in the puff pastry.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, well, I thought let's give it a try and see how it works, But I had to Google and say, does marmalade go with walnuts? Because I wasn't sure.
Well, that's the other thing that I think is odd is cooking has so many rules.
Yeah.
And yet the only way to be original is to try something new or different. And, you know, if somebody's watching you cook, they go, oh, you don't do that, and oh, you don't add that, or you don't do this, and you go, well, I do. You know, that's how you come up with new recipes. I think you got too many rules and too many people, they get mad if you don't cook the way they were taught.
Yeah, like I don't like, if I'm eating steak, I don't like my meat to be pink.
Oh, right.
I know a lot.
Well, actually, I used to only eat mine if it was really, 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 really well done.
Yeah.
You know, I used to go to a restaurant and I said, when the smoke detector goes off, mine's ready. I actually like it medium rare the way they do it on cooking shows now. I actually found, admittedly, that it actually has more taste to it.
Right. Well, it's just,
you just have to get your head around the fact that it's a little bit juicier and a little bit of pink.
Yes. But I know some chefs is like, oh my gosh, that's like total sacrilege to eat it well done.
Oh, I know they get really upset. And actually, I learned pan frying fish is the same thing. They cook fish the same way they do red meat.
Right.
And to me, the fish has to be well done to them.
Yeah.
And I had a hard time in cooking school because they go, oh no, it has to be medium rare. And they go, no, it's raw. And he goes, no, he goes, it's just like meat. You cook it medium rare. And I'm like, no, that's raw. Like, I've been cooking and eating fish for, 40 something years. I go, I should know.
So I guess
apparently I overcook it according to their rules.
Did you do a lot of arguing with the teacher?
No, actually, I didn't argue too much because when I started the course, I told him I was going to be best of the class.
Okay. And were you?
I think I was. It wasn't ever made official because it was more of it seemed like a really friendly class. Everybody really, really got along and it wasn't really competitive. In a way, there is still some competitiveness, but not really out there competitive. But I told him I was going to be top of the class, and that was my goal because I don't like doing anything just partly. I like going all out or 100%.
That's cool. So how much time is left in the oven?
I don't know. I didn't time it, but I always they gave us a timer in cooking school, but I never ever used it. And then I bought a watch when I graduated because I go, well, we're going to start timing things, but I never use it. I still just go by smell or the way it looks or how it feels.
Yeah. So can you at least show us this? Because I don't know how long we can drag this out for. Can you pull it out and then put it back and show us what it looks like, or how? Oh, do you have it out? Oh, okay. So they're quite a nice size, aren't they? Yeah. Very good. Okay. Well,
you can make them thicker, or you can make everything the way you want, really. Yeah. I wanted to make them that size because I think it looks good, and they're a little bit thinner, so they cook faster.
Right. Okay. Okay, well, that's it. We're out of time. Thanks, Eugene, for doing this. And I'm going to include your phone number. I will put your email, but I'm going to include your phone number, and I'll just remind everybody he prefers a phone call. So thank you, Eugene, and thank you, everybody, for watching the show. And I really hope you contact him if you want some good homemade cooking.
Yeah, home style. That's what I call it. Thank you.
Okay, and peace out, everybody.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see.